All right, we should have it right this time, man. Hey, Zeke, get him on. Tell him we live. We're going to run one for him real quick. I hope they can hear me this time, man, because that last joint, the internet just froze and it just, I don't know. We don't know if they can hear us or not on the last one. But we about to start over from scratch, man. Because maybe y'all missed a couple things on that last one. Get them in here, man. Zeke, get them on. Tell them we live. If you wonder who Zeke is my nephew. Ezekiel. The prophet. Rabbi. We're gonna try to run this one, man. I don't know what happened there, bro. They said they couldn't hear us. We couldn't see the chat. We checked the chat, and then they said they couldn't hear us. But we hoping that they can hear us now. We hoping that we loud and clear. Because never have it been made so clear. The saga continues. We at chapter 5 in my book, the Chronicles. This book ain't out yet because we're working on it right now. See what I'm saying? But we're gonna go and put it out so people can hear it firsthand. So let me get this ready to set back up for you. I'm gonna check that chat, man, and make sure I can be heard this time because the internet just cut off for some reason. And they said they could, I checked the chat and they said, oh, well, we can't hear you. So we hoping you can hear us now, loud and clear. We're about to get ready to come in, man, and put this on live, man, put this on wax. This is Enki Comes to Earth. Now, part 6 is going to be, now part 5, these are the good parts. These are the parts where we really get into the storyline, you know what I'm saying? And everything is going to be made clear. Never have it been made so clear. Can you dig it? So this is Enki Comes to Earth. Let's see. That picture's going to be too small for the cause. Well, everybody coming to the building, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Okay, so can we do, let's see, can we do this one? Oh yeah, we'll do that. That's gonna be fire. That'll be a fire thumbnail. Okay, we got that going. Okay. All right, let me share my screen, man. Get going. We ain't got time to waste. I got to get a couple out before these boys come back. Hakeem, them going to get their hair cut, trimmed up. Well, Hakeem just getting the lineup because he uncut his hair. He rock a fro with the long gold, the gold joint, the gold rat tail. Haru, he rocked the fade with the gold rat tail. So Hakeem getting them a lineup. Haru getting lined up and stuff. So they're gonna be back in a little bit. But while we got time, we thought we'd run one for you. Because we got to get this storyline out before we can go into the ancient Kemetic story of our side of the family. From almond down, the almond beings, like Mentalik say. The almond beings. Before we can go into the almond beings, I gotta show you what a family split it. But the almond beings are children of the Anunnakis. The almond beings come from Enki bloodline. Right? We're gonna break this down, man, for you. We at the part where Enki come to Earth. Let me get to that part. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Enki come to Earth. Right here, we'll start right here because we already broke that part down about how they remold the Earth with the center Earth. So we'll come right here. All right. So y'all know who Enlil is. We already broke that down. Enlil has a son with Mother Ninti named Nin-Urtu. Now keep in mind, because this cat gonna come back up a lot. Nin-Urtu, Enlil's son. I can't see the chat, man. Let me double check this chat and make sure y'all can hear me, man, before I'm gonna be wasting my time again. Because I was going like 10 minutes and the internet was froze. I didn't even know the internet was froze. Make sure it ain't paused. Okay, all right. I think y'all can hear me, man. Hold on. Let me make sure y'all can hear me, man, before I take off. We're about to take off here. I don't want to waste this recording. So let me get YouTube pulled up real quick because my wife left with my phone in the truck, man, to go get like I got out to come in the house. She's like, I gotta get him over here to the haircut guy before he leaves. So boom, she left. I unloaded a couple things and then forgot my trunk. My phone was sitting in the middle console. So I can't see the dang chat, right? And then Hakeem broke my other phone, so I got to get another phone on it. So this is just, it's one of them days. Maybe I'm supposed to be doing this live right now, or maybe I do, and it's just gonna make it that much better with the roadblocks. But if nobody else is putting out this information like we doing it on the level that we doing it, and tell it in the detailed way like we telling it. We making it clear for once and for all. You know what I mean? Let's see. I'm gonna see, can I get this chat pulled up? Oh yeah. Now we're cooking with some grease. Hey, Rob, hit that like, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We're about to take off, y'all. I just got to make sure y'all can hear me, man, because I don't want to be doing this for no reason, see? Okay, we in the chat. We in the chat. We in the chat. Chat, can you hear me? Can y'all hear me, man? Now, I ain't going to be able to constantly post my Cash App, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pin it in the links. Like I said, we still got those 8 books by the young elder in PDF form. Right? We're going to get all 8 books for $45 donation to the young PayPal or Cash App. Leave your emails in the link. We'll send you all 8 books. So y'all can hear me. We clear. We clear for takeoff. Oh, yeah. We about to run it. Man, we're going to try to probably run 3 of them tonight if we can. Depends on how long it takes for Haru them to get back. They coming back with Zeke, my nephew Zeke. Right? So Zeke about around the same age as them. And they finna come back over here and play Nintendo Wii and jump around and stuff. Do what the little young boys do. 4-year-old guys. Zeke is about 3, Haru 4, Hakeem 2. So you're gonna imagine what they finna be doing up in that joint with they got the Switch. They got the Switch, man. So we're gonna pin that Cash App if you want to show us some love, man, right now. Now I ain't gonna be able to look at the chat. I'm gonna be able to check the chat to after. Now I am gonna check the chat, but I ain't gonna be able to check it to after. Okay, now let me share my screen. So y'all can hear me. We clear for takeoff. Let's get back to it. Okay, so I'm gonna just take right off, man, because I can't look at the chat. So Enlil is Enki's brother. Y'all already know he was born after Enlil. I mean Enki. He ended up taking advantage of Mother Ninti. I can't say the other word, but he'd go to jail for what he did if he was on Earth. Put it like this. He took advantage of Mother Ninti, and he saw her one day unrobed and took advantage of her, and he went into her, and eventually they birthed a son named Ninurtu. Now keep in mind, because this guy gonna come back up a lot. This guy is he the guy. Right? Keep in mind Nubaru's size to Earth. It's about 8 times bigger than Earth now. About 63,000 and some change in diameter. While Earth is about 7,000 and some change in diameter. So keep it in mind, it can't come really close. It has to stay on that side of the sun, because every time it come by Earth, when it was bigger, it'll cause problems. But so the gold so after the crash, before the crash, Alelu was running the gold operation. After the crash, Alelu was put back on the gold operation. Well, Alelu got lazy. Wasn't that much gold getting processed in the water. Right? Wasn't that much, and they really needed the gold bad now. And keep in mind, thousands, if not millions of years had went by in this time frame, because their time frame is much broader than the Earth time frame. So they needed to go bad to patch the ozone layer on Riz, and now to repair Nubaru from the crash. Right? So Anu got restless at Alelu doing the job, because he wasn't producing that much gold, and he ended up opting to send Enki to the mission on the the new planet was not, now it was not Tiamat, it was called Ki now, because it was after the crash. So Enki, Damkina, which is one of his wives, Murdoch's mother, and a pilot who was Alelu's son. Alelu's son, the pilot, right? He was a humanoid nomos, because remember I told you Alelu and them had sliced their DNA with the nomos. So he was a part of the nomos clan that was more human looking, right? But he was Alelu's son, and he was a genius, a pilot, and he was a master builder in the building of dome cities. So they when Enki and them came, they came on one of these big ships. This ship will hover outside of space, and then they'll come down on the shams to Earth. And then they'll parachute equipment down if they got to. They got equipment that they'll parachute down. Right? All right, so this dude right here, Erazu, also known as Anzu, was Alelu's son by a nomos humanoid chick. You can look at him and tell, see he come from a humanoid nomos. He's not the same as the other Anunnakis like Enki with the beard. See that the nomos didn't grow beards. The ones that were being born the humanoid types, right? But the Anunnakis had beards. Okay. Anzu was a master builder of underworld and on top of world, these dome type cities. He was the one that built the enclosed garden for Enki them and Enlil them. And he also helped Enki build Abzu, which was partially underwater, a partially underwater city in the dome, and they had dome cities underground under the water like this off the south coast of East Africa. Yeah, he also built these dome cities on Mars, because he got stationed on Mars, on which they call Lamu. He ended up getting stationed on Mars once his father was sentenced to death on Mars. Right? They also built he built all kind of dome cities. Let me just show you examples of the different types. Like they can build these type that'll be on a tower type. kind of like the ball in Dallas, or the restaurant in Seattle, or the World Fair in New York type of thing. He could build those type of dome cities that's way off the ground, like treetop type. He also could build domes on water, a floating city, dome city on top of the water. And this was kind of like what Atlantis was, right? He built these type of dome cities and zoo, right? And he had like a crew that he was like the head master builder, but he had a crew under him that would build these dome cities, right? They built the ones on Mars too, the dome cities that was found on Mars, right? Okay. Here go another idea of what they look like, the cities that he was building. I can't see the chat, so bear with us, y'all. So he built these different types of cities. I'm just showing you what they look, the type of different styles that they had. All right, you see how this one right here goes out? It's like a greenhouse type on the water. He built these different types of dome cities. Here goes some underwater. He built these dome cities underwater. Right? It's kind of what like was Abzu was when Enki had these underground kingdom set up. Hold on, did I skip one? Yeah, man, skip one. All right, so here go another idea of what they look like underwater. Also, they got floating cities underwater. You know what I'm saying? They build these type of cities. They go another one. They got one like this in they got a dome thing like this in Virgin Islands. They got something like this off the coast, off the beach. Right? Here go another the underwater types that they were building. So they build underwater city, underwater domes, above water domes, on moon, space. They build these habitats when they go to planets that's not conducive to them. They can live inside of these dome cities, right? And Anzu was the #1 builder for these type of cities, which is why Anu sent him with Enki on the journey to come to Tiamat. Right? Here we go. Right, it's another look at one. All right, so also accompanying Enki was his advisor or his visor, his right-hand man, whose nickname was Two-Face, whose name was Ismut. Ismut had two faces. Now, some people might think these people don't exist, but these people are real people. They call Siamese twins, right? And like there's different types. Ismuk was one that had two faces. You can look him up. Just type in Ismuk, Enki's advisor. So he had like one person that came with him was his advisor named Ismuk. Right now, these people really exist. Let me show you something. All right, so here go a dude that Rod Hayes pointed out that had two faces, just like Ismuk. You got a head on the front and a face on the back. The evil twin on the back. They showed you these people in Harry Potter too, but you thought that was all TV. Make believe, right? Oh, look. We're about to get into it. We just not getting started. So we're about to crack heads and twist caps. So go independent and show some love on that cash. We're about to crack heads and twist caps, man. We can't see the chat. Right? So Ismud was a two-faced nigga, man. They got two front and the back face. And these people, this is actually a real dude. They got two faces. Evil twin, right? Check it out. So his advisor had a good advisor because his advisor had two brains, so two guys thinking, left and a right nigga. A good and evil. A good one and a bad one. Here's a skull of one they found from back in the day, in ancient Egyptian time. Look at that. A double-headed person. Here's another guy. They got two heads. Real guy. Got two heads. Look at that. Two faces, just like Enki's advisor. Two faces. Here's a statue of like a replica of Ismud. Ismud was Enki's advisor, right? The man with two faces. Remember this now. All right. Here's another on the wall. If you look them up, this is what you'll get. They show you him with the two faces. Right. This is Enki's visor. All this we introducing, we building the power to all the characters that's involved with these Anunnakis. Because they had some weird dudes with, like Enki ran with some weird dudes. You know what I'm saying? You ever heard of Siamese twins, right? This is like a let me show you this. Siamese twins, these guys, these two heads, like this is another guy with two faces. He got another face on his forehead. This is extraterrestrial traits right here, man. Being born with two heads. This is a real guy. Look him up, man. Look him up. Right, he got two faces. Yeah. Crazy, ain't it? Creepy. Freaky. We told you it's hard to rock around. To rock around is tricky. Do you really want to know the truth? Do you really want to get involved with extraterrestrial and get down with the creepiness and the freakiness? Do you really want to get down with it? A lot of y'all scared. A lot of people can't go this far. What's going down? Right? Let's go to the next one. Here goes another picture of this same guy. This is a real guy. This ain't no surgery happened. He was actually got two faces. He got a face on his forehead. You can't make this type of stuff up. Enki's advisor had two faces. Named Ismud. Check this out. Here goes some Siamese twins. These guys actually exist. These people actually exist. Two people. There's one person. They got two heads. You see this? These are real people, man. It's no camera shot or nothing, no photo trick. None of that. They go back in the day, they go the same dudes when they were younger. They call them Siamese twins. Baba talk about this in the Holy Tablets. A lot of y'all might have looked over it. Then figured out what was going on until I just showed you Enki's advisor as a Siamese twin, but he's really a two-face. Right? It's about to get, hey, we just not getting started, bro. We think it's creepy now. Wait till we about to really get to you in a minute. We're about to really get you in a minute. So here go them guys, they got older. Here they go right here. They older now. Two heads. Brothers drawn together, just like Ismud. But Ismud is more connected than them. Okay, he go to two more Siamese twins. Two people. You think these people, you thought these people didn't exist? You just forgot because you don't see them every day. You don't see two people joined together walking around every day. Because they take them and they put them in a magic show or they take them off the streets. This is extraterrestrial traits right here. You know what I mean? Let's get to the next one. There go another one. Guy born with two heads. Look at this. This is real pictures, man. This ain't on Photoshop. 1952. What is dude at now? What are these two-headed people at? He goes something in Africa. Two heads. These people really exist. You just don't they don't talk about it every day. Right? They go them again. They got two heads. Two legs and two arms, but two heads. Well, they got four arms right here. They got an arm right there, look like. Them African babies. Look at this. They made a movie. I think this one here was a movie though, but it was just funny. I brought this up. They put a movie out called Two Heads. And they got a white dude and a black dude. This shit is funny right here. This is funny. This is funny. But it's a two-headed guy. Look at this. This is funny. This is funny. Okay, remember Rod Hayes pointed out this guy, a guy that was with Inlet when he came down, that had like an actual blobber, but this right here really an extra face. They call this man the man with two heads. There's a face under this globber. They cover their face up with that globber. That's what Rod Hayes said. All right, so when Enki came, when landed, he set up a city called Eridu. Right? Right here, this is what you call in Babylon, Mesopotamia area, right? Down here by the river, by the sea, he set up a city called Eridu, where he built it up, had the Anunnakis build it up. Now, this right here before the humans was even came about. This before the humans came about. Right? It's for the humans. Hold on, y'all. Hold on just a second. Had to make sure somebody wanted to do, y'all. Hey, so when Enki landed with his whole court, like he landed with like a lot of people, like he landed with his visor, with his two lieutenants, with Anzu, who was the builder of the dome cities, with several other Anunnakis that came with him. He didn't come by himself. He came with Damkina, his wife, right? Several guys came with him, and and other Anunnakis followed later, and they started setting up this city. This right here is before humans was even created. The humans, right? So the Anunnaki started living. They was the first living on Earth, along with the reptilians and the humanoid like reptilians, and they started building these cities off the shores and the coast of the water, right? To start setting up the mining for the gold. So the first city they built, which they call home away from home, in Eridu, right? Enki. He also built another city down right here in South Africa. Let me blow it up. Down here in this area, we squared it off for you, right? That goes off from this area to down in the water where they was doing the mining. They still went down there and found the equipment, the mining equipment down there off the coast. Right? What they would Enki had an operation going down where he was drilling for the water, drilling for the gold, and he was doing an experiment with the Enki dudes right up in this area. Right? Here's some of the pictures of what the underwater look like down there. They got temples. They still got temples and everything down off on this coast right here. They ain't telling you about. Right here in this little area that Enki built and called Abzu. Called the Abzu. The Anunnakis also started coming and blowing up mining sites using these thermonuclear drill bombs, and they also was blowing up mountains and everything like that too, where they would shoot these bombs, they would drill down into the ground and explode. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad breaks it down, and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan breaks it down, because these same type of bombs is on the mother plane. Each of those mother baby planes carry like 3 or 4 of these bombs on it. They got 1,500 bombing planes. That's what they say. Right, here's another picture of it. Also, when Enki got here and started taking over the gold operation, he designed several equipment that he drew the plans for on Earth, and then had the specimens sent back to Nibiru, and they built these like train digging underground diggers right? They built, Enki had these built. They found a couple of old ones over in ancient Babylon. But Enki had these built so they could dig underground to start the mining, to dig the mines out, and to tunnel their way to the center of the earth, to make passageways to Shambhala. Here's one of the old ones of the Enki built that they found a long time. They found this one right here over in ancient Babylon. Right, they found it underground where the Anunnakis left this. Right, so what they did, they designed theirs after this one. They looked at how this one was built, and then the United States government designed their own one, the one I just showed you, and they started digging underground tunnels. Right, just recently, about 1950s. Right. Here's another picture of the one that the United States built, but they copied this one after the one they found in Babylon. And look, so now you know why they was in Babylon. Why they had the Iraq and the desert, was it Ground Zero or Desert Storm and all these? They was over here really looking for ancient artifacts, such as this one, the underground digger that the Anunnakis brought. They made the diggers, right? Enki had these built so they can start carving underground out. All right, here's another one with the NASA and Air Force is digging underground. Why is the Air Force digging underground? Right? If they're supposed to be dealing with the air, why they ain't going underground? But they got these huge diggers, which they learn how to build, like we say, that grinds out underground from Enki now. Enki also had the specimens drew up for these huge dump truck type, cigar type crafts, some of them being a mile wide and about 2.5 miles long, where they can load up gold inside of these 4 openings, and this thing will take the gold and store it into compartments, and then fly to Nibiru and then unload it. Now, when Nibiru was out on the shore, these ships would be delivered to the moon, deliver gold to the moon and to Mars. Then one of these ships was found on the moon, left deserted with a black lady inside. They said it was a black lady inside. Y'all remember that? Where they said it was a black lady, a huge ship, like cylinder craft, long ship like this. They had a black lady inside. Well, that black lady was an avatar that was being used to fly the ships. They was one of these Anunnaki avatars they were using to fly these ships back and forth to the moon to deliver the gold deposits. Right, so these are their big, large cylinder crafts that Enki had designed they're like big dump trucks, huge dump trucks to haul minerals, right, back and forth to certain areas. Okay, this is Enki. And look in the background right there, they got the sun, they got the planets right there rotating around the sun. They all round, everything is round. So they already knew this millions of years ago. So I don't know if that flat earth theory, guys, that's got to be something else. Also, Enki and them had helicopters. They had yachts, submarines. He built submarines, yachts, helicopters, airplanes, and the HARP type project, which is a microwave type machine that's used to heat up the atmosphere and alter the weather. Right? You know about the HARP project. Enki created that a long time ago. We already talked about that on the ancient technology tape. All right. Here go a picture right here of it in ancient Kemet, where they showed you it had the yachts, the airplanes. This is look like the Bell object that Adolf Hitler was trying to redo. And then this right here is the HARP weather happened. And this right here is the cargo airplanes they were flying. They call them flying scrolls in the Bible. And they call these submarines whales in the Bible. And they call these helicopters whirlwinds. Right? Whirlwinds. Right? Okay. Hold up. All right, so here you go right here. They go like the synopsis, what we already showed you. This is the helicopter. This is a yacht. Right, look at the top. They even had the same little thing, antenna on the back and everything. This is the submarine. This is the airplane right here. And this is the Hawk project right here. We already showed you all that, right? So talk about in Zechariah, as in Zechariah snitching, right? But this right here is Zechariah in the Bible, chapter 5, verse 1, where it talks about, behold, the flying scroll. Because these people saw these airplanes that the Anunnakis were flying, the gods, the Yahwehs, the Elohims. I see a flying scroll. The length thereof is 20 cubits. He was describing an airplane. These cylinder type crafts. Right? Enki also had the specimens for digging equipment, mining equipment, drew up, and he beamed these different specimens to Nuru, and they designed these different crafts on Nubaru and sent them back to Earth for to be used as digging. One of them he designed was the boat. He actually designed this one right here on Earth, the boat to be able to mine gold on water. Then he designed these big dump trucks to haul all the minerals to certain areas. Then he designed these big, huge diggers to carve out the canals and areas they were digging in. Right, Enki. Also, they were getting fresh new workers here every certain amount of shawls, because the other people were complaining for a while. So they would send these are the ships they got called shams, these crown-shaped ships. They had about 2,880, I think it was, on this particular mission that was on Nubaru, and it can hold up to 50 Anunnakis. So sometimes they would come down in groups of 50 in these shams, these crown-shaped ships, right? And they like school buses or whatever, like shuttles. They like shuttles, right? And don't underestimate them, because they shuttles, even though they got a governor on them, they high-powered technology. They can fly faster than the speed of light. They can be got cloaking device. They got hologramic technology where 5 or 6 of them can appear and you wouldn't know which one it is. So it can defend itself. And then once they get close to Mothership Nubaru, if you try to make this is one of Mothership Nubaru babies. They come out the inside. So once you get close back to the Mothership Nubaru, they'll zap you and disintegrate you. And so you don't want to mess with these type of stuff right here. If you're talking about extraterrestrial beings that's listening, they want to try to get at these guys. These guys ain't no chumps now, right? Hey, baby. Hey, my phone in that truck? Hey, bring it here real quick. I'm on live so I can see the chat. Hey, bring me that phone, son. Hey, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna get the chat. Oh yeah, let me get this chat, man, because I don't feel right without the chat, man. I can't have my phone the whole time, bro. He already took out my other phone. Okay, I see where we at. We're 39 minutes in. Hey, Rob Bot, if you oh shit, hold up. Hey, Rob Bot, we probably gonna try to do like we're gonna try to do like a couple of them tonight. Hey, Rob Bot, if you in the building, man, if you're new to the channel, hit that like. Hey, close that door for me. Like, hit that subscribe, hit that like button. Okay. About to go in. I just want to put this in the chat real quick. Yo, like I say, we got about 800 slides. I think we only just like on 100 and some slides right now. So it's gonna be a long series right here to run, right? All right, so now I got that chat. I can see y'all. Can y'all hear me loud and clear? All right, so they come on these shams right here, right? these shims. And it's like I say, 2,880, if I'm not mistaken. Brother Love in the chat, he probably could drop the I think it's 2,880. Sure. That's the number. All right, let's go. They also have 11, they had 11 Warcrafts, so they sent 2 or 3 of them back to Nubaru during the crash to Riz to let them know what had happened. So they draw these things on the wall with the Anunnaki driving these big, they call them celestial chariots. Right here, these celestial chariots, right? And like I said, these things can get up to about in between 20 to 1,000 miles, 2,000 miles in diameter. Because you got to think about how big Nubaru is. Nubaru is 63,000 miles in diameter, 8 times bigger than Earth. So keep that in mind. All right. Oh, all right. So Enki also called because Murdoch was still on Nubaru. So he called for Murdoch to come down and assist them with the gold exchange, with the gold product, the gold mining, right? To be over it. So Murdoch came to Earth before Enlil. Also, Mother Ninti, he called for Mother Ninti, his sister, to come to Earth because he needed her and her nurses, a team of nurses, to come to Earth to set up like hospitals and different like healing camps for the Anunnakis that were getting injured in the mines. They were getting working in the mines and complaining about their back was hurting, my neck is hurting, I need a massage, I need this. So these Mother Ninti ended up coming to Earth to assist Enki with the gold exchange, but her main job was to comfort and do the medicine, and pretty much she was a doctor. She pretty much a doctor. And she had like 7 nurses under her that she brought with her to Earth. Right? Keep in mind, Mother Ninti has, in different cultures, her name changed. In our culture, the ancient Egyptian culture, she's called Hathor, the bull, the Taurus age, the Taurus. My mama's a Taurus, right? So Ninti, Ninhursag was one of her first names. Nina, but Ninhursag is what they call it at first. And the connection we want to make is to the ancient King Kemetic teachings, which her name translated into Hathor. Mother Ninti is Hathor in the ancient Egyptian teachings. Right? So we just want to make that connection for you. So you start talking about the Anunnakis and the Egyptians as 2 different people, that we know that you don't know what you're talking about. We know you don't know what you're talking about. And they are 2 different people, but they come from the same family. Like I say, so Mother Ninti and Hathor is the same person. It's the same person, man. Then Hursag was her name at first. So Hathor in ancient Kemet is Mother Ninti. We got several scholars to cross-reference that with. Baba, Zachariah Stitcher said it. Dr. Gold said it. All the scholars agreed that Mother Ninti translated in ancient Kemet as Hathor. So even that's it. Where's the? No. See, that's the wrong head. This ain't a set headdress. A set got a step letter, a chair, the crown, the chair, the queen seat on her head, the square. And Hathor Mother Ninti carries the horns. Now the reason why people get mixed up because there's 2 Harus. Mother Ninti birthed a son named Haru, and Ishtar had a son named Tammuz, which became known as Haru. Right, so there's 2 different Harus. There's Haru the old elder, which is Hathor's son, Mother Ninti. Then there's Haru the young elder, which is Ishtar's son. Right? Here's another picture of Hathor, which is Mother Ninti, the one that nursed the humans. Mother Ninti is the one that nursed the first classified humans, Homo sapiens, into being, into her own womb, nostrum in her own womb. Right? Here's another picture of Mother Ninti in ancient Egyptian culture. How the names change is because the names start getting confusing and the storylines start getting confusing when Enlil confused the tongues of the people. So some people start speaking ancient Egyptian and other people spoke another dialect. So they said the names began changing in different cultures due to the confusion of the language. So that's why we sitting here, they got us arguing with each other about, oh no, Egyptians or the Netherus are different from the ancient Egyptians when they're the same exact people. They're the same exact people. Just the ancient Egyptians or the Tamarayans or these Netherus or these Goa'uds, they are the descendants of Enki and Ninti. But the Ninti and Enki and Murdoch, those three people, and Damuzi, which was Enki's son, which is really Osiris, those people generate the Netherus. Because Murdoch really is Ra, Amen Ra. And then he also changed his name to Atun at one point. Right? Because he was on the run. Because they were trying to frame him for killing, because the one side of the family was trying to frame the Enki side of the family for killing Damuzi. They tried to say that Murdoch was in on it. And he convinced Satuk to kill that Ra, who was really Murdoch, convinced Satuk them to kill Damuzi. All right. When Mother Ninti got here with her 7 nurses, she went to this area called Adab. Adab is, she set up a city called Adab where they set up hospitals and they set up like a retreat resort for these Anunnakis who were working in the mines. So when they get injured or fall down or hurt themselves or make a little scratch, a lot of them was making up shit just to come to this city so they can see the girls and get Mother into them and give them a back massage or something, give them some drugs because they had the same medicines you got at your hospital, like morphine and all these different types of medicines. Mother Ninti them was already making them and giving them to the Anunnakis that were getting hurt in the mines, and they were doing cask and all that, right, on these avatars, right? Oh yeah. Hey, shout out Dr. Kia, man, for sending you over, man. I'm telling you, we ain't playing no games over here. She also set up another city called Shurupak. I don't know if I'm saying that name right. Shurupak. The city called Shurupak, which was another healing center that they had set up, that Mother Ninti set up with the 7 nurses to heal the Anunnakis that were working in the mines. Right? So when she came, they set up them 2 cities. Right? Mother Ninti also brought this is what Dr. Stitcher put it, high power herbs down off of Nubaru, which was one was for the increase the lifespan while they was on Earth, and they call it the mandrake. So the mandrake plant is the plant, and it was the same plant that they was giving to Noah and Adafa to make them live 1,000 years. And they said Zacharias, whereas Noah in the secret book of Noah, he says, Adafa, secret book of Adafa, he says that the Anunnakis was giving him a plant that looked like a man, and that this plant is what increased his lifespan, and it was called mandrake. But you never even heard, they never even tell you nothing about the mandrake. And they was using this as a healing property. This right here is called a Brazilian nut. This nut actually came off of Nubaru. And for some strange reason, they say it's only conducive, or it's its origin is in South America. And I was like, damn, if they was in Babylon, how did this nut be origin to South America? But you know how they play games though, right? These guys could have been in all over, which I think they was. And they were also using the turpentine as a supreme healing properties and several other herbs, but that mandrake stands out, right? So Mother Ninti is really your first nurse. The nursing, all the nursing and all that, like the doctors, nurses and all that, they come down from Mother Ninti's starting it. Mother Ninti was the first nurse to come to Earth, the first nurse. And she was really a doctor's nurse because she really was a doctor and she had 7 nurses under her. She was a doctor with 7 nurses under her and set up the first hospitals on Earth. Mother Ninti set up the first hospitals on Earth for the Anunnakis. Right? So the black woman is the first doctor. The black woman, I know y'all Moors don't like the word black, right? So the Nubian woman, the Moorish woman, whatever name, folks, a lot of niggas ain't want to call themselves Moors after I do this part 6. I'll tell you. Hey, but the Nubian woman is the first scientist, the master scientist, and the first the master chemist and master alchemist. The first nurse and doctors on Earth is the woman, the Nubian woman, Mother Ninti. Right? Shout out to everybody coming in the building, man. We cracking heads. We twisted caps. All right, so one of the secret plants that they were using, these Anunnakis were called a mandrake. Now I'm gonna do a whole separate tape on this plant because my first time hearing about it was when I heard the Anunnakis using it. And like Noah in his secret book, Adapha, he said they was giving me a plant that looked like a man, and that plant is the mandrake. So you might want to go do your research and find out more about this plant. And like I say, I'm gonna do a tape individually on just this plant, the plant that looked like a man. But it's got to be something special about this plant if they was using it to prolong their life. And why haven't they told us? Why ain't this plant promoted? If it helps heal and the lifespan and Noah lived to be 900 to 1,000 years old, and this plant was the reason they was doing it, why have we never heard about it? Some people might have heard about it, but you know, the mandrake plant, right? The mandrake. Love poison. They say it's poison. They saying it's poison. Stay away from it. Just like they told us elderberries were poison. See, this is the game they play. It's the game they play. But I'm gonna do my research more on this mandrake and bring more to you on this because I just not heard about it when I started doing more research on the Anunnakis. They was using the mandrake. I was like, oh shit, they using the mandrake? What's up with this plant? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hey, look, I looked up to buy it. They sell it online. You can actually buy the seeds and everything for it. But I was talking to Rod about it, and Rod said that this plant got to be taken care of a certain type of way in a certain type of climate, or else it'll become poisonous and it can kill you. So I was like, oh shit, I got to do more research on it and get Rod more in on that. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yeah, Rod was saying, yeah, man, they was like, you know, they don't want us to know about this plant because it's got that's what they was using to live a long time. Because one time I'm gonna tell you, this gonna come later in the story, but when Noah had a son, when Enki had a son named Alpha, Enoch ended up going to Nibiru and meeting Anu, his grandfather. And when he told Adapha before he went, he said, "Don't eat the plants or the bread because they made their bread out of mandrake." And he told them, "Don't drink the elixir because they made the elixir out of the Brazilian nuts that I told you about." And they prolong their life. When they eat this stuff, it prolongs their life. But he didn't want Adapha to prolong his life at first, so he didn't want him to know about to take the mandrakes. So the shit was crazy, right? All right. Yeah, here go another in the herb book that we took a picture of the mandrakes, the secret herbs in the witchcraft book. They tell you about that this make these witches live a long time when they take this, they mix this herb together. And they call it the Anunnakis call it the elixir mixer, or the Anunnaki mixer, elixir mixer. Right? Billy Carson's got some. I think he making his like a monatomic gold. Cause they would add like mandrake, that Brazilian nut, monatomic gold, and a couple more other things, and they would drink it, and then it'd make them super strong and scoop up their memory, increase their memory, and it increase their lifespan. The plant that looked like a man. Here's another picture of it. Here's another picture. Yeah, shrooms too. They was Mother Niti was experimenting with shrooms too. Okay. Shrooms, all kind of stuff. Opium, they had all kind of stuff, man. Okay, hold up. All right, here's the Brazilian nut right here. This is the nut that they brought down out of Nibiru and planted down on Earth. And this right here actually helps rejuvenate the body. I'm gonna do more research on this, but they make some kind of juice out of this nut, and they drank it, and it's supposed to rejuvenate their immune system and everything. This Brazilian nut. Now I did look up trying to buy some of these, but I couldn't find nowhere to buy them at, even online. I can't find nowhere to buy the nuts and none of that. So I was like, damn, maybe I had to go down to Brazil just to get some of this joint. Right? Maybe I had to go down to Brazil to get some of that joint. So it get crazy, man. I'm telling you. Hold on. Hey, so Rob, about to come into the building. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, man. We about to crack heads at Twist Camps. Never have it been made so clear. Never. All right, go to the next. So also, Mother Nenti has a green thumb, and she was planting a lot of herbs. They was mostly in the two cities that she was in. They was mostly into planting herbs and certain types of healing properties to be able to heal the Anunnakis that will get like injured or something like that in the mines, right? So they were growing all these different types of herbs, Mother Nenti, when they came to Earth. Also, like I told you, the turpentine, because the turpentine is one of their secret things. You know, I can't talk too much on it because they flagged me and took me down for the turpentine, Jennifer Daniels turpentine tape. But the Anunnakis were using this pure gum spirits, which they get from the evergreen tree. The gum spirits that they get from the evergreen tree as healing properties. Mother Nenti was using this. Right? They was getting it from these trees like this sap right here. Right? You see these trees? They was getting it from these trees like this sap right here. Right? All this about to tie in together for you in a minute, especially on part 6. We're going to the 200, 300 of the Gigis, falling the Gigis. Shout out Mark Cooper, man, my brother Mark Cooper. I love my brother Mark Cooper for the donation. Shout out my sister Lady Al, right, for the $1 donation, sister. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, sister. All right, so here we go. All right, so the pine cone, the pineal gland, you already know they was working with the Anunnakis was working with that, right? We ain't gonna stay on that long. Let me see what we got, how much we got left on this tape. It's supposed to take about an hour. It's supposed to be an hour apiece for each one, each segment. This right here segment is Enki come to Earth with it, and then everybody began to come out to Enki, right, to start building it up. So we got about 2 or 3 minutes. Let me see how many slides I got in this. Hold on, y'all, because the 6th part gonna be the best part. Number 6 gonna get good. Okay, with the mandrake. Boo, 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 boom, boom, boom. Okay. All right. Yeah, we almost done with this one. Then we're gonna cut to like a 20-minute, 30-minute break, and then we'll come back with part 6. All right. So we're just working our way up to Enki on Earth. I mean, then you know, All right, so the gold, now keep in mind, while all this going on, the gold operation is going good. Shitloads of gold is being sent back to Nubaru and to Riz for the repair, right? Everything is going good. They doubling up. Enki is doubling up on the gold supplies. Right? Enki is doubling up. Hey, shout out to brother Marcus Edwards for the super chat, brother. Shout out to my brother Marcus Edwards. All right. Hold on, let me go back to that part. Okay, so the gold operation is going good, right? The miners, they complaining, but the complaints are minor, and we taking care of the complaints, right? The major complaints don't come to Enlil come, right? We're about to get into his behind next on part 6. Okay. Yeah, this right here, the last 2 slides right here. Then we're gonna be done. It's right here, the last 2 slides for this chapter 5. Because it's really what I'm doing is really this like a book really that I'm putting together called the Chronicles of the Anunnakis. And I'm gonna put all my references at the back of the book. Some of my references is Zechariah Stitch and all 12 books, the Holy Tablets, the Black Book, Man from Planet Riz, the Enki's Children, by Dr. Gauls, the Tablets of Inanna. We got like several books by the Enlil Return books. So we got we're gonna put all the references at the back of this book once we get everything done. What we got out, like some of the stuff that we got it from, like the references that we use to put this together for you. But keep in mind about the pine cone, that's exclusive. The Tepertine, Anunnakis was into that. And keep in mind this watch that he got on. They was already wearing bust downs and earrings and jewelry. Look at this bead necklace he got, this diamond necklace he got around his neck. So they was already wearing earrings, the long hoop earrings, and the bust down chains and necklaces. Matter of fact, let me show you that let me show you what I'm talking about. Because we got that's gonna come up. That's gonna come up. It's gonna come up right here. Let me show you. So right here, the Anunnakis was already wearing bust downs and moving that stuff already too. We're gonna talk about that on part 6. I just want to give y'all a quick sneak preview of what. All right, so see, the Anunnakis were already wearing bust downs, man. Y'all ain't doing nothing new. This is what it looked like right here. Somebody brought one back. And this right here is actually more advanced bust down, but it was a bust down nonetheless, with diamonds and black diamonds and certain Naquata, it made from the element Naquata, this the watch. Telling you, man. So the Anunnakis is already wearing bust downs and chains and all that. Let me show you one more. I'm gonna show you one more sneak preview. This one will end up coming up in part 6 though. Let me show you another sneak preview of what these boys were doing, man. Now look at Ninurtu. He got watch Ninurtu. This Ninurtu, the Enlil's son. Enlil's son already rocking the bust down. Look, he got the bust down chain, the bust down watch, and the bust down. If you look closely at his chain, it's like diamonds and rubies. And then he got like a charm on that joint, just like these chains right here. So they already rocking diamonds and jewels already, man, back then. We about to, hey, we're going to put it, hey, it's going to all come out in part 6 though. Ninurtu was moving it. He was moving it though. Ninurtu was moving it. We're about to get into it. He was moving it. He the first Peruvian connect. Ninurtu is the first Peruvian connect. We about to get into all that on part 6. So stay tuned. It's about to get interesting, man. Right? Stay tuned. It's about to get interesting. Right? So we're going to come back on Enlil coming to Earth. Right? I just want to show you them buzz down. All this about to come back up. The buzz down. Them boys already rocking buzz downs, right? You ain't doing nothing new. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Them boys already rocking buzz downs. Right? Yeah. Enlil and Ninurtu, all of them were rocking buzz downs. And they were rocking the chain. We just showed you the chain with the diamonds in it. With the that man drape. Hey, Sad, hey, check that man. Go do your research on that man drape and figure out the healing properties. I'm gonna actually do a whole tape on that joint, man. Yeah, these boys rocking bust downs already, man. You ain't doing nothing new. Hey, ain't nothing you doing right now is new. They did it a million years ago, the Anunnakis. Everything that you think you did. I'm talking about everything you think he was doing. Anything you can name, they was already doing it. I'm gonna show you in this series. They already rocking bust downs and chains. They already rocking flying helicopters and riding yachts and Humvees and shit. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, so I heard that the Rastafarians priesthood was using, that's how them Rastafarians be living so long, because they be messing with that mandrake. That's what I heard too, you know what I'm saying? But I'm actually gonna do a whole tape just on the mandrake, so stay tuned for that. Hey, we're about to take a quick break, use the bathroom and everything, take about a 20-30 minute break since we got the phone, check everything, and we're gonna be back, man. We're gonna be right back to come in on the part 6. So peace and love, Hotep, Islam, Shalom Aleichem, Assalamu Alaikum, Ashug, divine love throughout the boundless universe to all. Wadu.